Now, if the bottom of your foot was miserably painful, would you go to this clinic for plantar fasciitis treatment? And I'd like to think if clinics publish their stats, would people choose differently? Will they just go to the closest one next door, or would they go to one that's not just effective for their treatment, but also cost effective? All things I think we really need to start looking at in life instead of just which one's the easiest to get to or, hey, my friend said come here. Now, with plantar fasciitis, it's that fascial tissue that runs on the bottom of the foot from the calcaneus or heel all the way across the bottom. Every step you take stretches that tissue. So when injuries happen, if it doesn't heal, it creates a zone of flare ups. Next time you overwhelm that area, that same tissue spot flares back up. So people describe sharp stabbing pain first thing in the morning that was a few steps, eventually gets worse and worse over time. Eventually gets to the point they need to seek treatment. So let's pretend you walked into two clinics and you asked them on, hey, what are your results in the next 5 years on my condition, plantar fasciitis? And they give you their stats. And Clinic A rated their individuals 5 to 6 years later, and the results they had were 0% said excellent, 55 said good, 36 rated the treatment as fair, and 9 poor. Kind of make you wonder, right? And if Clinic B had 69% excellent, 13% good, because let's remember, 83% are good to excellent in that scenario, 6% fair, and 11 were poor, which clinic would you choose? And if Clinic B says, yeah, we're going to cause some therapeutic trauma for healing, you kind of take a step back and pause, but look at the stats and go, hey, that's a heck of a lot better than the clinic over here who said they're doing NSAIDs, orthotics, physical therapy, some exercise program, and a cortisone injection. But that's basically what this study was, is the shockwave group had the great results. The traditional therapy group in the study had not so great results. And at the 5 to 6 year follow-up, people were really happy with getting the shockwave treatment. And you have to ask, what's the difference? Why are they so much happier? Well, shockwave has a device that's impacting the tissue to break down that scar tissue. That quick impact, kind of a mini jackhammer, not as bad as it sounds, feels very bitey in a sense, but that quick impact is breaking down that scar tissue. It puts big, quick stretch into that fascia. That stretch is absorbed by normal elastic tissue that has the ability to stretch, but scar tissue doesn't. It's like a duct tape patch. So it absorbs it, and as it's absorbing that it's excessive forces, it breaks those bonds, triggering the healing cells to come in, repair, tear up that bad duct tape scar tissue, and put down good solid tissue in its place. And that's what shockwave is going after. Now, the big difference in this really is the recurrence rate. So down the road, after that initial bout of, hey, my foot doesn't hurt anymore, 11% of the shockwave group had a recurrence, whereas 55% in the traditional therapy group had a flare-up. That's huge. That's basically saying, as you came into Clinic A, oh yeah, we're going to treat you, we'll get you out of pain, but half of the people are going to have a flare-up again, probably not that far away, versus the other clinic that says 10%, 11%. Big difference in which clinic I probably want to go to. And I think the big difference in that treatment style was really who's going after the scar tissue, who's going after the weak patch that is leading to the pain and is likely to flare back up in the future. Successful treatment really at the end of the day is, yeah, we got to get you out of pain, definitely, but we got to stop the daily tissue damage. And that's what the orthotics and stretching and exercise are helping to do, is to stop you from overwhelming the tissue and keep breaking it back down. But we have to find ways to speed up good tissue repair so that you don't have this issue again. And that's where the soft tissue treatments of Graston and Shockwave do so well. And then we need to ideally improve lower extremity mechanics, which is what the orthotics were trying to accomplish. The exercises, the stretching, is make those lower legs be able to handle the forces that are going to be placed upon it to the level that it's not going to flare up again in the future. And from treating plantar fasciitis over a lot of years, I really believe there's no single treatment. No one treatment would I say, this is what I would want for my foot. It's really a combination of, you got to do a lot of different things to fix the problem at bay, because there's different types of tissue and there's different components to the problem. So we need to address everything as it properly should be to prevent the risk of reoccurrence. There's no one trick pony treatment in this scenario of, you need a lot of little things to go well to not have those flare-ups. And that's what that 55% reoccurrence rate is really telling us. So I really believe Shockwave and Graston are one of the most important things to do with plantar fasciitis, to not just stop the pain and get the healing, but to keep that reoccurrence from coming back, but combining it with physical therapy, lasers, exercise, stretching, icing, orthotics, the 10,000 different things you can do at home to help get the tissue to heal as it should. So we have a book on plantar fasciitis treatment and other options you can do at home available on our website or Amazon. I hope this information helps and guides you to getting better treatment and out of pain.